Assistant Vice Chancellor, Department of Industry Partnership and Community Relations. Yang Hormat Professor Datuk Dr. Ishak bin Ismail, Assistant Vice Chancellor, Department.
Both of these things go hand in hand. One was quality, the other is in terms of productivity improvements, in terms of cycle time. So that was introduced in 1992. So reduction of defects every 2 years, cycle time every 5 years, and so forth. So you can see that over the years, there's been a lot of initiatives to continuously enhance our businesses, our product quality, and so forth. And of course, in 2005, they introduced something called Six Sigma for product development. Traditionally, if you look at quality, what do you think? Production, defects, yeah? Reduction in defects, reductions in variations, and so forth. Later on, SDM will go through some details of how Six Sigma is applied to product development. It's a little bit more involved, but hopefully he will go through, peel the onion, and show you how that is done. Now, Lean came into manufacturing a couple of years ago, and Lean has its own, in a crude way, if you look at it, Lean is really reduction of waste, all right? So how do you combine that with Six Sigma? And that is something that is now proliferating across many industries, and this is something that we've adopted over the years. Now, I don't want to bore you with words and so forth, the key thing. Hey, by the way, I always give these lectures and so forth, and I do have questions, test questions, excepting for VCs and deputy VCs, you don't need to attend exams. So please pay attention, because I do ask questions afterwards. But I do have little prizes like, wow. The last time I did the lecture, I got 2 fingers, now you got 4 fingers, which is good, all right, we can afford that. All right, so what is Six Sigma? So it's really improvement, it's a very disciplined approach. Later on, as I go through that, you'll see that it's very disciplined, very structured, very standardized from a methodology point of view. Because it has to be sustained. Once you apply it, it has to be sustained. And that's the reason why discipline, standardization is required. And of course, it focuses on metrics, and we'll talk about metrics later on, all right? Very simply, it's reduction of defects. The famous Six Sigma, if you look at Six Sigma, is approximately 3.4 parts in a million, if you want to call it, defects per million. That's the kind of goal that Motorola set out many, many, many years ago, all right? Of course, at the end of it, what are we trying to do? Is improving quality for what? In order to make sure that we're meeting the customer expectation, customer satisfaction is exceeded, and improving the shareholder value and so forth. By the way, I've been involved with this Six Sigma quality for a couple of years. I was also a quality director many, many years ago as part of my rotation. And one of the things that Motorola used to do is to provide consultancy for other companies many years ago. And I had the privilege of working with a couple of companies in Malaysia on a management point of view, how you would drive Six Sigma quality to improve productivity. There was one particular company, and I don't want to mention it, it's a Malaysian construction company, a fairly large local company, wanted to go from a $1 billion company to a $2 billion company in 5 years. And they adopted some of these methodologies to continue to improve their revenues and so forth. So if you look at quality and defects, so for us, a defect is anything that results in customer dissatisfaction. Very simple. This is more of philosophy rather than saying that, hey, this product has got a defect and so forth. So very important as we go through these things, a defect is anything that results in any customer dissatisfaction. Very important. That's the definition that we have adopted over the years. Why Six Sigma? Of course, there are different approaches and so forth. I can only speak on behalf of Motorola. And by the way, one of the things that I always joke about Six Sigma is the fact that Six Sigma was introduced by Motorola way back in 1986. We lost our way in the late 90s and year 2000. And who took over Six Sigma quality? It's GE. GE adopted it, enhanced it, had the digital aspect of it in terms of using the computer-aided tools and methodologies and so forth. And they have been very, very successful. So it must mean something to GE to adopt Six Sigma and so forth. So for us, it's been proven, and later on you'll see some examples of it, and lots of companies adopted it, and it works. As I said, I've gone through some of this management stuff with some companies, and they've been able to continue to improve their quality in terms of productivity and so forth, and improve the revenue.
For the project we have it, the keypad actually flex ground connected only to the metal retainer. So through the FMEA, they come up new ideas, okay, and new inputs that the keypad flex ground connect to the copper field, then copper connect to a conductive pad, then later connect to the PCB grounding. This is a new concept. How good is this new concept? How good is this? We don't know. So we have to use the statistical tools to evaluate, to what I call justify that this is the good design and correct design. So how we do this? Okay, before we do the design, the first thing is that is the measurement system. Okay, every time when an engineer do the design, they have to do a measurement. Right? You have to take the data and you have to trust the data. You have to take a decision based on the data to tell you. But the most important thing is that is your system, measurement system trustable or not? Is a measure
Or feature enhancements and so forth. But this.
Okay, I'm really pleased to be part of the CEO faculty program. I've been attached to assigned to UMP, and one of the first things that I'm very impressed about is the proactiveness of the faculty members in the UMP. I've had several meetings with them, and of course we initially came out with a plan in terms of what the CEO faculty program should be. We came out with a number of lectures and so forth. But more and more, as I sit down with them proactively, we are continuing to improve the content, the context of what I can contribute or Motorola can contribute to UMP. Very progressive. You know, there's been like 3 or 4 lectures so far, and I'm really impressed with the standard of questions that I'm getting from the students. Of course, some of the faculty members and so forth. And also, they're very attentive. Interestingly, when I did the project management, there were like 10 or 15 questions right after the lecture. Similarly, today when we finished the Six Sigma quality, there are a lot of questions. Of course, one of the things we do in order to make sure they test for understanding is that we pause our lectures and ask questions and give them a little gift and so forth. And all of them were answering the questions. What does that mean? They were very attentive. So excellent. Fundamentally, I think this is very good. I mean, I've been working with universities over the past few years, but this particular one, I think that it's a lot more effective than previously, simply because it puts a structure. It's perhaps a little bit of pressure and stress on me in order to make this happen, but I'm enjoying it. You know, the fact that we have continuous communications and contacts with the university faculty members and so forth. We're exchanging ideas. What can we do better? Like today, for example, we talked about the lectures and the courses we're going to have. But of course, some of the faculty members came back and said, can we do this? Can we do that?